It seems like there's a pretty big interest in this volcanic hoax coming out of Iceland, and the name of the location is in the upper right hand corner. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but let's see if we can break it down together. Now, I'm not saying that I always have all the answers, and I'm not saying that I'm always correct, but I'm always trying. So first of all, this is just a mound in Iceland, and behind the mound there's a smoke generating machine. Okay, that much to me is obvious. Now, what you see and you think is fire is just generated CGI. This was done during the so-called riots or the so-called protesters here in the United States, whereby there was chaos in the streets and there were fires. No, there were groups of people being paid to act and pretend like they were rioters, and there were actually no fires unless they wanted to have a controlled burning. The fires are added later into the films that are created. So basically you're just seeing the creation of what you think is a fire, but it's just added into the mound, and behind the mound there's a smoke generating machine. Now that smoke generating machine may also be over here in this direction, and it appears the wind is going in that direction. Now all of this from here down, you can see, is projected on or added on. You can see it right there. Okay, that the mound actually probably exists, and maybe even the holes in the mound, they just blew up and created some caves in the mound whereby they could perform some trickery on you. And in my other video, I showed white phosphorus being exploded out of those caverns or the caves. Now, that probably happened. They used white phosphorus. But right now, I think they've resorted to CGI, trying to make you think that there's molten rock coming out of here. Well, if there is molten rock, why isn't it spilling over in this direction and that direction? Why is it contained? And why don't you see it coming down here like that? Okay? It just keeps bubbling up and going back in, and maybe like a sparkler, a few sparkles hit the mound. It's all just generated by computer. So most likely they have a camera over there in front of a mound, which is this mound, and possibly even there are some caves there, and all you're seeing is a smoke machine generating smoke. This is being generated by computer, the so-called fire, and this is being added on, what they claim is magma or molten rock. And the claim is that down in the earth there's like a blast furnace, melting rock, like steel is melted in a steel mill. Incorrect. Volcanoes are a complete and total hoax. So in your mind, I'd like you to see that behind the curtain, this is the curtain here, the mound, there's some folks with a smoke machine, and they're laughing hysterically because that's all they're doing. They're just generating smoke, and everything else is added on by computer. Okay? Volcanoes are a total hoax, and you're watching a total hoax live being generated by deceivers. Now remember that the fire is representative of the false light of Lucifer. And I just did a video on the Profiles in Courage Award to Nancy Pelosi. And the award, they give them a lantern so that the fire can be burnt in every generation. The fire of Lucifer, the fire of lies. Now, my work is spread out over multiple channels, and I try to update the channels and to show you where you can find my works. Mostly I do this because I know that inevitably there will be times when I'll not be able to upload, and inevitably there will be times when something will be close to being terminated. So my work is spread out, and you can find me on those multiple channels. Just look for the video that has channels update. I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and don't fall for this. They're just blowing smoke behind a mound. Thank you for watching.